Welcome, my beautiful souls, to Essence of the Moon. Today, I'm excited to share a powerful and mystical offering sent to me by Crow Books, and they're also in association with Red Wheel Weiser Books. This was sent to me for my honest review, the Dragon Rune Oracle by Kieran Morgan. This deck feels like stepping into an ancient chamber of dragon fire and forgotten runic magic. Each card carries its own pulse, its own breath, its own story waiting to be awakened through your intuition. So settle into this sacred space with me and let's explore the runes, the dragons, and the energy that moves between them. Okay, thank you for sticking around to this wonderful unboxing by Kieran Morgan. This is the Dragon Rune Oracle. As I said earlier, this was sent by Crow Books, but they're also in conjunction with Red Wheel Weiser Books. You are able to find this deck on Crow Books websites as well as Red Wheel's website, and also like the main stores, any of the esoteric stores, metaphysical stores, and even Amazon. So, what would you ask the dragon? Imagine yourself on a quest to find answers to your most burning questions. You are undertaking a challenging and perilous journey to an ancient cave where the all-knowing dragon lives. You move slowly yet purposefully to the north of the cave. Drag, you call, hearing movement from within. What do you ask of me? A booming voice responds. So what would you ask the dragon? What questions do you really want the answers to? Remember, the dragons don't waste time on trivialities. This is a chance to ask big questions, so think hard and ask wisely. Down here it says the Dragon Rune Oracle is an oracle deck dedicated to connecting and working with the energy of the ancient and powerful dragon collective, overseen by the Queen of Dragons, Tiamat. The twirling mist of the dragon's breath can provide insight. The twirling mist of the dragon's breath can provide insight and information to help the reader navigate their path through their lifetime and its challenges. This deck, created by Kieran Morgan, contains 28 cards and tells the story of the cyclical world of the dragons from their inception within the chaos of Radanan to their battles and find magic in themselves in Sha'an. They travel onward to the peace and balance of Kagos and the ultimate knowing of Nanin, reflecting our own personal journey and challenges. Okay, already apologies for mispronouncing. I'm going to mispronounce a lot of these words. I do apologize. So it's a nice thumb cutout, as you saw. Here is the guidebook itself. It's a nice, hefty guidebook, guys. It's pretty darn hefty. Yeah, this is really, really good. It's about 107 pages, so it's not bad for 28 cards. So it gives you the name of the card, what it means. Here's some keywords on the card. And then all the information that is used for that and the whole meaning behind it. Be true to yourself and your ideas. That's the first thing that stood out. The Rune of the Champion. I like this. I wonder if there's a spread in here. I looked at it already previously. There is. I just don't remember if that's what I saw. Okay. So it talks about, let's go back to the beginning. I always have a habit of looking. I'm one that looks at the backs of the books first. I've always done that. So here you have your table of contents, Tiamat's Rune, Ra, Kagos, all of these names. I'm going to mispronounce a lot of them, guys. Here's with thanks. Ooh, from Glastonbury, the UK. Nice. And Crow Books is in Chicago. One of these days, I'm going to visit my friend Sophie, the Midwest magician, and we're going to go to this place together. Her and I have talked about this. Working with the Dragon Runes, they have like a huge store. Before you start a reading, it just goes with different steps on what to do with these cards. Surrounding yourself with a ball of golden light. Simple visualization. You can use your own favorite color if you like. Doesn't have to be a long drawn out process, just a minute or so. Secondly, preferred method of protection. So there's different ways to protect yourself. This person uses a poem that was given to me by the dragons when I was formulating my energetic healing system, Pendragon Reiki. You can recite the poem and picture the different elemental dragons forming a space around you. So let's read this poem together. Dragons of earth and sea and sky, dragons of fire around me fly, dragons of night and those of gold, come close and let your wings unfold. Dragons of love and those of change, be with me now, then rearrange. Two dragons of change and those of love, as below, then so above. Dragons one and dragons all, come close and heed this dragon's call. I always invoke a general statement of intent. I do this for the highest good of all and to harm none, so as long as it flows in accordance with the will of the divine and the higher self of those involved. That was actually pretty powerful. I felt the energy coming off of that. Like I got chills down my back when I was reading this. I like this. Opening your third eye or increasing your psychic sight using the dragon's eye. It's a very old symbol used by many renowned seers and psychics, and it looks like this. Working with Awen is the Welsh name for inspiration and something that the bards would search for and try to find perfect poetic phrase. Awen can be represented by this symbol. There are many interpretations of the symbol and its meaning, but to me, the three lines are the beam of light, the divine, and inspiration. The three dots can represent any number of different things to different people. In Welsh mythology, they are the first few drops to come from Sherwin's cauldron, giving Gwen the gifts of love, wisdom, and truth. They can also represent Maiden, Mother, and the Crone. However, for our purpose, we connect them to earth, the sea, and the sky. I like this. Readings in general, only ask a question if you are sure you will be all right with receiving the answer. Yes, a lot of people ask questions that aren't ready to receive that answer. Nice. Inverted cards don't have any different meaning if you draw them right up or downside, so there's no reversals on here. And the world of the dragon runes. The runes themselves tell a story. They reveal the waxing and waning world of the dragons collective. The parallels between their ascension story and ours can help us to understand where we are on our journey and recognize that there may be repeating patterns that we need to look at or new opportunities to move forward. The language of the dragon's world, chaos, storms, total chaos during Black Friday sales. Yes, I despise Black Friday sales, guys. Yeah. Darkness and fire. Fire, as we know, can be destructive, but fire doesn't necessarily mean destruction. It also can bring life. It can bring warmth, light, illumination from the darkness. Yeah, it's a survival. We need fire for survival. A glimpse into the dragon's realm. Yeah, there's a bunch of names on here, guys. I'm not going to be able to pronounce. How to read the cards, drawing the cards, different spreads. So the Pendragon spread, so earth, sea, sky, fire is our heart's desire. Oh, that rhymes. Message from Tiamat. Yeah. I might I think I'm going to do this spread. That's on page 29. Past, present, future. Single card readings. More clarification. Sometimes I do need to do clarifying cards. Grounding. Drink plenty of water. Eat something. Physical grounding. Once you've finished your readings, you should ask for some dragon fire to swirl around you for a while to clear and cleanse the space. Nice. A final note, these cards spreads are a great starting point when you first get to know and work with the runes. However, as with all things, I believe they can become even more effective when you take time to delve into the dragon world and bring forth your own spread designs and format. There is a myriad of dragon-related symbols and shapes for you to experiment with to help you find the best way for the dragons to show you what you need to see. When you do create them, please take time to share them with me and your other Dragon Oracle deck users. How fun. So here we have the first rune. Okay, and I like that there are some key phrases on the cards themselves, which will help kind of get your intuition going. Nice. And I love these dragon images back here, these silhouettes. And you have some images back here as well. Hidden. Beautiful card image. Yeah. Okay, here are the decks themselves. They're just in a normal, like, box here. Here are the backs. Look at that, guys. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. There's no edging on them. That is quite all right. First card is Tiamat's Rune, Free Will, Trust Your Intuition, and Infinite Possibilities. Abandon Ouroboros, Death and Rebirth, Return to Soul Seed, Sky Dream. And so far, these are pretty simple runes to use. Athanan, Stillness, Crystallization, Chaos into Order, Dream Forge. Athilhan, Chaos to Order, War and Conflict, Newfound Knowledge, Dance of Blades. It does look like he's dancing. Daigoma, Alchemy, Transformation, Magic Attracting Chaos, Tainted Storm. I like that you can still see the dragons flying around. Draconic, Creativity, Community, Calm Before the Storm, Dragon's Beauty. This reminds me of almost like an owl, like an eye. And this is used in, that right there reminds me of a Mexican design. Yeah. Draconic, Creatrix, Dragon Queen, Visions, and Radanan, Tiamat. Ihanan, Guidance, Manifestation, First Dragons Called, Dream Dancing. That's so pretty. Ianali, Passion Tempered by Wisdom, Life Purpose, Powerful Heart Fire. That's so pretty. Kagos, Balance from Chaos, Thriving, the Phoenix, Light and Shadow. I can see that balance part. So it looks like the K, but it also looks like it's trying to balance. It's like a seesaw or a table. Yeah. Lie, Fire, Loyalty, Passion, Fury, Red Chasm, Dragon Clan. Okay, I see clans coming up. Leon, justice, great fire, illumination of secrets, light dragon clan. Liwan, Liwayne, cold fire, protection, contemplation, darkness, dragon clan. Marn, higher planes, spirit and astral dragons, firestorm, dragon clan. Apologies, guys. I know I'm butchering these so badly. Ma, storm, swiftness, social interaction, rolling thunder, dragon clan. Does anybody in here have, I mean, I hope you are if you're watching this and you do have a, you are interested in working with dragons. If so, let me know in the comments below. Nanan, co-joining, partnership, past life connections. Ooh, past life connections. Heart's dream. I like this card. I'm wondering if you can take dragons with you into your past lives for protection, to protect you from things. Ninethen, growth, earthkin, the green, forest dragon clan. I think if you are wanting to get into a past life with dragon energy, I think it'd be really good to take them with you. Raw, water, emotion, healing through curiosity, ocean deep, dragon clan. Radanan, chaos, the void, infinite possibility, fog dream. I know a lot of people that work with dragon energy. My friend Bobby, my brother, Wild Raven Tarot. I know we've talked about dragon energy in one of my other groups. With angels, Sadahan, new beginnings, slow release of chaos, return of the fog dream, hurricane dance. Sha'an, the mage, lacking control, the path of magic, great knowledge. Sha'oran, use discernment, Akashic records, flowing knowledge. Yes, Akashic records. I like that. Past lives and Akashic records. Shorin, past lives. Here we go again. More past lives. Quiet reflection, influx of knowledge, flowing wisdom. I'm getting excited about these guys. The more I'm seeing these words, like I'm really feeling the energy, and I'm getting chills, guys. I know that the dragons want me to work with them. This is just really cool. Takaya, cycles in nature, the wheel of the year, time and consciousness, cold cloud cycle. Thon, the mountain collective consciousness, White Mountain Dragon Clan. Thane Rathi, time of order, the champion, just governance, strong leader. Wathan, clarity, frozen stones, thought manifestation, crystal dragon clan. Another crystal dragon clan. And Thukaya, justice, karmic lessons dealt, resolution of issues, cycles of action. These are very nice, guys. Very nice. I also know Patty Negri likes to work with dragon energy. She has a book where she talks about working with dragons and developing a type of relationship with them, or even using dragon energy to help guide you. So here's like one of my little dragons right here. Isn't he cute? He has all these crystals in him. He sits on my ancestral altar with my spirit guides. So that's where his spot's at. So I think I subconsciously bought him a while ago. I bought him like, I don't know, 2 years ago maybe. And because I had an interest in working with dragons, or they were already making themselves known back then. Let's leave you right here, buddy. Okay, let's shuffle these cards and see what comes up. Yeah, they shuffle. They're a thinner cardstock, but I'm not mad at that. I bet you they do fan out. Yeah, they do. They do fan out. They're like a smooth finish to them. Okay. Let's bring out, I think this was in page 26 maybe. Nope, 29. So we're going to go with this one. The spread is made up of 5 cards. These follow the Celtic mythos of venerating the elements, primarily in the triumvirate of the earth, sea, and sky. So tri, 3, that's the symbol that's on the back of, you actually come across the symbol pretty often. I think it's back here too. Nope, that's the dragon's eye. I've seen that before though. Fire is the 4th element, and a card from Tiamat, the Dragon Queen, is the final one to be drawn. So we have earth, sea, sky, fire, and then a message from Tiamat. Okay, so earth, the physical realm. What is happening in the real world today, day to day? What can we do physically and practice to help ourselves? Let's do it that way. Earth. Okay. Okay. What is my earth message? Card number 1, please. Earth. The physical realm. What is the physical realm for me? What is happening in my real world? Okay, card number 1. Number 2 is the sea, emotional realm. How are you being affected emotionally? Oh, that one came flying out. Sky, the mental realm. How are you being affected mentally? Oops. Mental. Fire, our heart's desire. That doesn't mean those things or people we convert, but what our divine spark or higher self is showing as an assistance to situation. Things may not be as we wish them to be as people. What is my heart's desire? Nope, it's too many cards. 1 card, please. Heart's desire. There it is. And what is Tiamat's message? What is the Queen of Dragons want me to know? What is her final message for today? What is Tiamat's final message for today, please? Oops, this card flipped over. Amy the deck, where are you? There it is. Okay, guys, let's see what is my message from the dragons themselves. So, the first card is Earth, my physical realm. Waithen, clarity, frozen stones, thought manifestation, crystal dragon clan. So they are number 26. That's funny, I said 26 earlier. Did not know that. Thinking that was a page the spread was on. 2 and 6 is 8. And that's my path number. Interesting. This clan of dragons are not just connected to the different energies of the structure of crystals, but also to the realm of the crystal divas, the energetic presence and consciousness within the crystals themselves. Each of these amazing energies can help to guide us and lend us what we need to help us reach our goals. So crystals, as we know, come from the earth. So I did pull an earth card. Using our intuition and keeping our goal in mind when choosing which crystal dragon to consult is of paramount importance when working with these guardians of the frozen stones. You may be invited in meditation to enter the microscopic world of the crystal itself. Nice. Crystals have been used as powerful tools throughout humanity. Waithen also points us towards clarity of thought and deed. The rune symbol reminds me of a mountaintop of stories of ancient wise people who live atop such places. Others would travel through the mist and rain to the higher up places to ask questions. Often the truth in the situation was that journey to seek clarity brings the clarity itself. When we intend to try and work through challenges, that is when the mist will start to clear and we can glimpse the enchanting blue of the truth. So here it talks about the belief that this place became especially important at the end of the Atlantean times, when our individual energy was waning and we needed them to help maintain the standards of energetic work. The Waithen clan of dragons may be coming forward to remind us of these past lives and guide us to delve into the Atlantean world to see what truth can be revealed from our time there. We needn't only use crystals of modern high value or status through every step of crystals, from the purest diamond to the stones that catches your eyes as you walk upon the beach, can be the stone that you really need to help you at any given time. Interesting. So my earth message, the physical realm, what is happening in the real world from the day to day? What can we do physically and practically to help ourselves? So I think using more crystals is what they're asking me to do, which I just bought some. It came in the mail a couple days ago. This is another gift to myself. I'm going to show you guys my crystals. 1 second, please. So I got some petrified wood. I got some chevron amethyst. Isn't that beautiful? I got some bumblebee jasper. And I don't even know why I picked these. I just did. There's no rhyme or reason to why I picked these. I think they probably picked me. This one's just an agate, but I love agates. They're so pretty. And then here we have moss agate. So moss agate is one of my favorite crystals. To me, it's very grounding. I use that pretty often. Here we have some rainforest jasper. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. And then we have some jet. I found out about jet from my dear friend who lives out in Scotland. And it has a different feel to it. It's not super heavy, but there's definitely a feel to this. And I went to Whitby Abbey, which you can find a lot of the jet there. She's found jet there. That's where Dracula, what influenced the writing of Dracula, and then pyrite. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, I just bought these crystals for myself as a birthday gift. And I wanted to share this with you guys, including my petrified wood. Okay, let's get back to the spread here. So the next one is the C, the emotional realm. How are you being affected emotionally? Oh, we got this one that stayed behind. I think it's going to go right there since it decided to stay behind. And that's the moss agate. It's one of my favorites. How are we being affected emotionally as well as within the realms of dreams? How can you find solutions or understandings to this realm? So the card I got for the C is fire. Number 10, loyalty, passion, fury, red chasm, dragon clan. Let's see what that has to say. And that is number 10. So Lee, the fire clan. Their energy is about finding the passion in a project. Oh, I see that, the fire. Either for personal growth or your working life. The Lee rune is about finding the spark that can light the torch paper and bring about great and powerful transformation, both within us and the world around us. Find this passion and bring it to the situation you find yourself in. So the C is my emotional state, is trying to find that passion in I feel like in my daily life and what I'm doing and my magic. Dragon fire is the most incredible force in all the spheres of consciousness and can be harnessed with the help and guidance of the Lee Dragon clan. To help clear the way to your goals, be true to yourself and loyal to those who support you both physically and energetically, and especially to your soul seed, your divine spark. And you will move forward with grace and beauty. There is always a word of caution to be said when working and connecting with the pure essence of fire, though. When under control, it can and does drive us forward like no other energy can. Love is especially powerful. That said, if we lose ourselves too much in the fire, we can become lost to obsession and fantasism, becoming unable to see the truth no matter how obvious it may be to others. We can become consumed by passion, and this can lead to explosions of anger and negativity, sometimes ultimately destroying that which we love. Fire is a great ally to use. We are warmed by it, we cook upon it, and we are protected by fire from the shadows of the night. That said, if we don't respect it and value it, it can easily get out of control and cause destruction. Lee dragons help us to find that passion, determination, and desire, but also to control and harness it to work with us and for us, not to run out of control and destroy everything around us. Wow. So that's my emotional realm right now. Not using the fire energy to help with my spark, but not let it destruct. Yeah. Sky, the mental realm. How are you being affected mentally? Ninethan, growth, earthkin, the green, forest dragon clan. So, it's number 16. Ninethan, growth, earth. Let's look that one up. Rune of Forest of Dragons. The Ninethan clan calls us to the forest, to the fields, and pictures into the green, the pure energy of nature and all living things, to help rebalance, reconnect us with what truly matters in our soul. The inspiration of peace found looking at the rolling hills and fields of the majesty of the mountainside can offer the greatest healing. I love the mountains, guys. I love looking at the mountains. I'm not big into the ocean. I don't really care for the ocean, but the mountains I feel so safe in, and it feels like home to me. This also has the shape is that of the tree of life, and the roots bearing deep down into the earth and the branches reaching. Again, the analog of the tree growing really helps here. Trees receive nourishment. I like that it looks like a tree. Reconnect with nature and remember where we come from. If you have time, find a tree within a forest and sit beneath it, resting your back upon its bark. You can receive great healing or insight from different species of trees. They hold a collective memory of all humanity's evolution. Oh, I do love that. That's so pretty. So I have, let's go to the reading again. That's the sky, my mental state. How are we being affected mentally? So I feel like insight can bring much needed clarity and understanding. So it's letting me know that I just need to go take a nature walk. I need to go be with the trees, the forest, the mountains, sit on the grass, ground myself. That is the sky or the mental realm that I'm in right now. The fire is our heart's desire. This doesn't mean those things or peoples that we can covet, but what our divine spark or higher self is showing us. And I got Radinin, chaos, the void, infinite possibilities. So, number 18. Fog dream. Radinin represents the mist of all that was, is, or will be. So, fire is my heart's desire, and that makes sense. Of all that was, is, or will be. In the world of dragons, it's the primal soup of infinite possibilities that is created from and with ultimately returned to. Radhanan is the substance of dreams and can be called upon and shaped by those with knowledge, will, and courage to do so in order to manifest their wishes. I like that. Radhanan is the swirling mist of the dragon's breath, an ancient and hugely powerful energy that can take our reality and mold it into anything we need or wish. As with any powerful magic, temperance and wisdom is assessing and using Radhanan is vital. The old adage holds true: be careful what you wish for, it might just come true. Always make sure that your magic works for the good of all and to harm none, and flows in accordance with the divine will. Radhanan also speaks of chaos, another example of a word that can hold fear and challenge for us. But remember, our entire universe was created from chaos. The Big Bang was an astronomically huge explosion of chaos that resulted in amazing and truly beautiful existence. The sunset, beaches, and spring flowers all come from this chaos. Indeed, the very atoms that make your very own body, bones, and organs come from chaotic center of a burning star. So Radhanan asks us to lean into a little chaos or transformation, as amazing things can happen when we do. The rune side of Radhanan looks a lot like that of Odal, the Futhark rune, and stands for the seed and exemplifies new beginnings. When we come to the end of one passage in our lives, it opens a door for another. Which door you choose and the path it takes you down is ultimately your choice, and the possibilities are enormous. Wow. That's a beautiful card for fire, my heart's desire. That's incredible. I love that so much. Message from Tiamat herself, the Queen of Dragons, the matriarch, the great matriarch of the Dragon Collective. What is her message on how working with dragons directly can be assistance at this time? And I got Thaan, the Mountain Collective Consciousness. And I wasn't just saying I love the mountains. White Mountain Dragon Clan. That is number 24. Let's see what that has to say for us. Again, this message can also be for anybody who's listening. The White Mountain Clan and Thaan points towards asking the hive mind for helping our guidance with a situation. The problem before you may be one that another within your circle of friends has experienced, or one that can be answered. Oh, asking for help. Oh my gosh, he's calling me out. I never ask for help, guys. I don't. There is another group you may be able to help here as well, your ancestors. Well, I do ask my ancestors for help. Both your actual blood ancestors and your spiritual predecessors. This collective may be showing themselves to you to assist you in the situation. Much insight and knowledge can be found from sharing your insight and discussion that follows. There may also be times where we as individuals may be affected by shifts or changes to the collective consciousness. We may go through periods of intense feeling that don't necessarily correspond with how we are feeling or the place we are at in our own lives. If these situations arrive, then take time to sit with them and explore their origins. If you deduce to those feelings or thoughts aren't yours but belong to the whole, then it may be that you are being asked to transmute or anchor these energies on behalf of the collective. This is important and valuable work to help humanity and indeed Mother Earth in our collective ascension to a higher collective consciousness. The Dragons can help us in this process, coming close to us and helping to anchor the transformation, the energies in question. This rune bears a resemblance of a chalice or empty glass. Be open now to receive new insight and ideas from those around you and above. Wow, guys. That was an incredible message. Such an incredible message from the Dragon Rune Oracle. Thank you, my beautiful souls, for joining me on this journey through the Dragon Rune Oracle. Sending deep gratitude to Crosscrow Books and Wedreel Weiser for entrusting me with this extraordinary deck for review. If this magic calls to you, let me know in the comments which rune you felt drawn to today. And as always, may your path be guided by intuition and protected by spirit and illuminated by the moon. I'm Essence of the Moon, reminding you that magic is always closer than you think.